Dear friends, a new rule 86A was inserted by way of Ninth Amendment and CBIC Central Tax Notification number 75/2019 dated 26th December 2019 has been issued where the department got power to block the ITC of the taxpayer which is available in the electronic credit ledger where they found that the credit has been availed fraudulently or is ineligible to the taxpayer. This Rule 86A prescribes conditions of use of amount available in electronic credit ledger. The purpose of this rule is to block the ITC of the taxpayer. Now question comes, the origin of this Rule 86 does not have a corresponding section under the Act. It has been taken out due to the section 164 where power of the government to make rules has been given. Therefore, it can be challenged as ultra vires of the Act. Is blocking of ITC by the commissioner or any other officer authorized by him not below the rank of assistant commissioner is legal? If we study on this angle, then we find restrictions and where condition for availing the input tax credits are there in sections 16 and 17. Subsection 1 of section 16 says that all registered taxpayers who have paid tax on their inward supply used to further business supply can claim ITC on such tax paid. Certain conditions for availing the ITC and restrictions for claiming the ITC are already mentioned in subsection 2, 3, 4 of section 16 and also in section 17. And there is no other section which gives the power to the government where they can block the ITC of the taxpayer. However, by inserting this new rule 86A, they have got the power and blocking the ITC of the taxpayer in the electronic credit ledger. But they have to exercise this power only when they have reason to believe, and reason to believe should be in writing and should be communicated to the taxpayer. Without communicating any order for blocking the ITC in the electronic credit ledger is bad in law, as in the latest judgment of the Madras High Court uh, dated 16 September 2021. In this case of HE HCE India LLP is a registered person under GST and ITC of the applicant was blocked by the department. And the plea has been taken that no reasons have been communicated to the taxpayer and the appellant contacted the blocking of ITC under Rule 86A was not valid as no order was communicated to the appellant about invoking the power under Rule 86A of the CGST Rules 2017. Hence, the appellant must be permitted to adjust the credit balance available in electronic credit ledger. The Honorable High Court observed in this writ petition stating that communicating the reasons to the assessee shall enable him to put forward his objection and pray for release of blocking the electronic credit ledger without giving reason for blocking that and passing an order and communicating to the taxpayer that action of the department is not valid under the law. Uh, we have another case law where it has been found that the blocking of ITC where no fault of the registered bona fide recipient is ultra vires of section 16. In the case of Kapil Sutra Gujarat versus Union of India 2021-20 Taxman 101 Gujarat, the appellant, which was a partnership firm, though one of its partners has asked the High Court to issue a writ or any appropriate orders for striking down of Rule 86A. Insofar, it gives a power to the department to block ITC, though through no fault of the registered bona fide recipient, is as ultra vires of Section 16 of the CGST Act. The appellant further also asked for direction allowing it utilize the ITC till the time it proved that supplier did not honor his tax liability. The question that court put before the respondent in this case is whether omission on part of supplier will be sufficient to block ITC of the appellant because the activity of the seller are not under the control of the buyer. Any wrongful activity of the supplier and non-compliance of the statutory requirement by the supplier, whether the bona fide buyer is responsible for that. The Honorable High Court put this question to the department. The court noted the possible misuse of the rule by the revenue authorities to harass the taxpayer and directed proper guidelines to be issued prescribing the procedure to be followed in order to invoke the said Rule 86A. However, no such guidelines have been issued till to date or no further information in this respect has been given. And one of the case Quest Merchandising India Private Limited versus Government of NCT of Delhi. It has also been held in many other cases. In this case, Honorable Delhi High Court said the cessee had duly paid the tax to the supplier, but the supplier did not deposit the tax to the government. The cessee argued that the purchasing dealer can check on the web portal of the department if the selling dealer is bona fide or not, whether its RC is valid or not. This he can check. When he has checked it, that from where he is buying the goods, that supplier is registered taxable person with the GST department, and his number is valid till date he is acting, buying the goods from him. The court held that purchasing dealer was being asked to do impossible to anticipate the selling dealer who will not deposit the tax collected by him from such purchasing dealer to the government and therefore avoid transacting such selling dealer. The Delhi High Court read down the concerned provision to not include a buyer who has bona fide entered into purchase transaction with validly registered dealer who have issued tax invoice against the transaction. The court explained that such provision, if not read down, is violate of the Article 14 of the Constitution for being inherently arbitrary. The only case when such provision apply is if the tax authorities come across some material to show that purchasing dealer and the selling dealer acted in collusion in detriment of the taxpayer. However, in the event that selling dealer has failed to deposit the tax collected from the buyer, the remedy for the authority is to proceed against the defaulting selling dealer to recover such tax and not denying the purchasing dealer his input. The Supreme Court affirmed this the said case and dismissed the revenue petition seeking SLP against this decision. It is a very important decision. Another decision of the Honorable Madras High Court in the case of Shri Vigyanaga Agency versus Assistant Commissioner. In this case, the court held that law could not empower the authorities to reverse the ITC availed on a plea that the selling dealer has not deposited the tax. It can revoke input credit only if it relates to the incorrect, incomplete, or improper claim of such credit. A similar view has been taken by various high courts throughout India. Therefore, I think that the Rule 86, which has been added in certain the rules by the way of this notification, is ultra vires of the Act, and it is not a proper. because it has given a wide power to the officers to block the credit available under the electronic credit ledger to the taxpayer because of none of his fault. If any default has been made and committed by the selling dealer, then the department has all power to exercise and recover from the selling dealer that should be exercised in that actions. And moreover, subsection moreover, sub rule 3 of Rule 86A, they say that such a restriction shall cease to have effect after the expiry of period of 1 year from the date of imposing such restriction. Thereby, it means that department can block the uh, credit available in the electronic credit ledger only for a period of 1 year. Thank you very much.